Welcome to Chat with Hey. Before we continue watching this video, I would like you to subscribe, to share. Today, we discuss one of the traffic I'm getting from a lot of people as to how do they maintain and achieve income security. How do they achieve income security? So today we are going to look at 3 steps that you can take to achieve income security. What therefore is income security? Income security is your ability to generate income or sources of income such that you'll be able to take care of your expenses and live a stable and comfortable life. To be able to do that, there are 3 steps that you must take by all means to be able to achieve this income security. The first step is to build multiple sources of income. Multiple sources of income. Relying on one income alone is not sufficient to achieve income security. You must develop side hustle. You must monetize a skill that you have. You must also invest in some asset that will generate regular cash flow to you. How do you do that? So you are a typical salary earner. You earn salary on a monthly basis. Now, one way of achieving multiple income stream to achieve stable or secured income is, first of all, look at one skill that you have that you are good at that you can monetize. You can draw, you can cook, you can sing. So apart from your regular salary income, you can deploy some of these skills in a way that generates passive income or additional income to supplement your main salary income. It doesn't need to be big, it just needs to be reasonable and consistent. One other way of doing or generating multiple income is that after you have developed the habit of savings, don't leave the amount you have saved just lying in the bank account. Put it in an investment instrument. For instance, you can put it in treasury bill. You can do the 91 treasury bill and roll over as the returns come through so that you can take advantage of increases or manipulation in the interest rates as we go along. When you do that, you secure or you preserve your savings and you are able to also generate regular income to supplement the salary or your main or primary income that you have. Another way of doing this is to look for a side hustle. Look for something to sell. You have a car, for instance, you drive your car to the office, and by the time you close at 4:30 or 5 o'clock, on your way to your house is about an hour or two journey. Why don't you register for Uber and subscribe? After you have closed work, you subscribe to your Uber. On your way home, you can get more people to generate the income from the use of the same asset that you have. Mind you, you could have driven 1 hour or 2 hour home alone in your car. You would have incurred the expense of fuel and not any revenue. But if you subscribe to Uber, you can definitely incur the same cost and achieve some income to supplement the salary that you have. By all means, work hard at generating multiple sources of income to achieve income security. Remember, income security comes from options, not just salary. So work on it to achieve multiple sources of income. Another way to achieve income security, friends, is to control your cash flow. Control your cash flow. It is not just enough to earn money and earn as much as possible. It is also important to be able to keep what you earn. A lot of us have a lot of leakages going through our finances. We spend on things that we cannot track, and so we do not know that we are losing resources by virtue of not keeping control over our resources. How do you achieve control over your income to achieve stable income security? One, you should track your expenses. By the end of the month, sit down, take a piece of paper or a calculator, indicate and write every item you have spent money on. After you have done that, calculate how much you have spent. Now go through the list of things that you have spent your money on for that period. Identify the needs, the ones you couldn't have done anything about. And then identify your wants, the one you could have done something about. And then now identify the leakages, the one you could have lived without. Now, once you have identified the leakages, take immediate steps to block the leakages the next time you do that. And by the next time you are spending from the salaries or income that you have, I would employ you to build a budget. I will employ you to build a budget to know exactly the primary things you'll be spending on, which are your needs and sometimes your wants, and eliminate all the leakages. Record every expenditure that you incur. Everything you buy or pay for, find a note and record it. And by the end of a period, you can analyze it and figure out whether you are on tracks. The other thing you must do is to prioritize savings and investment. To be able to prioritize savings and investment, you must ensure automatic movement of part of your salary into a savings account. Now, once you have opened the savings account, one thing I would urge you to do is that when you have opened a savings account, when you build funds up to a certain point, move it into an investment so that the investment would grow the savings account that you have. Because usually the amount the banks pay on savings accounts is negligible. So what I would rather ask you to do is, after you have built a certain momentum in your savings account, move this into an investment. By so doing, you still preserve your capital or your savings and be able to generate return. The third step to take to achieve income security is to create a financial safety net. Create a financial safety net. What do I mean by that? You must by all means prepare for the unexpected. Most of us live day to day. We do not anticipate whether something could go wrong. And if something goes wrong, what steps we are going to take to prevent or to mitigate the effect of that which has gone wrong. So most often we lose an income, we lose the breadwinner in the family, we lose a job, our business goes down, and because we haven't anticipated this in advance, when that happens, our lives go down and we don't have any mechanism of coming back and coming back strong. Today's topic is to help you to prepare for the unexpected. The first thing you must do is to build an emergency fund. Build an emergency fund. What do I mean by an emergency fund? You must ask yourself, if you lose your source of income today, whether it's your job or your business, and it takes you 3 months or 6 months for you to get another job or for you to get your business back on its feet, how are you going to be able to take care of the critical expenses that you must incur, whether or not you earn income? So now that your business is working, you are getting cash flow, or you are still working and you are earning income, build an emergency fund. Look at your critical expenses that you would incur in a month, whether you make money or not. Calculate how much that amount is and multiply it by 3 months or 6 months. That total amount you get should be your emergency fund. Now, anytime you earn income on a monthly basis or on a weekly basis, move some small amount into that emergency fund. So you open a bank account and you describe it as your emergency fund. Move money gradually there on a monthly basis, slowly, until you build the total amount you have calculated as your emergency fund. When that happens, if the emergency happens, your life will not be disrupted because you have a fund that can finance your critical monthly expenses without affecting your lifestyle. The next thing to do is to also take an insurance policy. Take an insurance policy. Have you ever asked yourself, if something happens to you and you don't earn income anymore, or the breadwinner dies, what happens? How will you be able to sustain your life? You must take some insurance policies to cover some of the risk that may occur in the event that, or the incident that may occur in the event that some of these risks of loss of life or even health actually happens. Health can be very expensive depending on what happens. So I would urge you to also take some of the health insurances because it helps to mitigate the cost of undertaking healthcare. I would urge you to plan for this income so that your life is not disrupted. Remember, income security is not about avoiding problems, it's about being ready for them when it comes. In my next video, I'm going to be talking about something very critical you don't need to miss. I'm going to talk about 3 financial mistakes that most of us commit that destroy our financial future. Stay tuned.